Hey everybody, Karen Bryant for MMA Heat, talking with my dear friend Gegard Mousasi, the former Bellator champ, who will be back in action on Thursday, October 29th, as he fights for the vacant middleweight title against Douglas Lima. Gegard, it's been over a year since you fought. How ready are you? How itchy are you?
I'm good. I'm just excited to get the fight done. Stay out of the way with COVID and make weight. That's it. Just yeah.
Yeah, you're very excited, I can tell.
It's been a year. It wasn't a good year for me. Sitting at home, doing nothing, and I had some injuries that I've dealt with. So it wasn't uncertain times, let's say. So I'm just happy to be fighting again.
Well, yeah, because I saw you a while ago. I mean, now that I think of it, it obviously was a lot longer ago, the last time you were out in LA. And we were hanging out and we did an interview that we never did actually put out because we were talking about Lovato and some things that had come up. And then really like the next day or something, all the news came out about him vacating the title and everything. So on the one hand, I'm glad that you have an opportunity to fight for the title again. But is there a part of you that was really actually hoping to take it back from Lovato instead?
Yeah, I felt like I could have beat him the first time. I don't know, I was sleeping or something. And so I felt like I could have beat him. So I would have loved to revenge that fight. But, in that interview, I said certain things. But after we find out he had a health issue,
right?
So we decided not to air the interview. So, I wish him well. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I respect him. Well, not what he did
right.
with the accusations that I had, but I don't know. He's a good guy. I feel like he's a nice guy. Wish him well. It sucks. I think he just became champion, and he had to finish his career.
Right. Yeah. And it is the lost tape. I mean, there were some funny things in there in that interview that maybe one day we'll put out that weren't. At any rate, folks. Yes, I'm excited for you to be back in action. But you say you had a long layoff, and the thing about that is like you said, if you had some little injuries, it's not always a bad thing to have some time off and to heal up. And I know sometimes people take a time off and they find that they fell in love with the sport again, quote unquote. So like, what? No, look at you.
Nah.
You're like, yeah, no. You haven't been in love with the sport in a long time, have you?
Well, I stopped a little bit completely, not so I wasn't really training.
Right.
And then you're getting old because the joints are making all kind of noises. It's my friend told me you can never stop with training. I thought after my career I'm just gonna stop with training at all. I'm gonna get fat, but he said you have to continue training, so otherwise you will go back. Your condition will go back a lot worse.
Right.
So so it was but I'm oiled up. I'm ready to. The train is going again. So yeah.
Good. Now, has it been difficult? I'm not sure what the situation is in the Netherlands. Obviously a lot of people with COVID, they either didn't have anybody to train with or only, made a little gym bubble and had a few people. So obviously I know you have your brother, which is very convenient, but what did you do this time to prepare?
Well, the gym opened. I could have trained with everybody, but I was very careful. But lately, the COVID cases have risen up again. So in Holland, so I'm training with a small group. I have those tests that you do yourself. In 15 minutes, you have results. So we test every time we train, and different way of training. But I feel great. I feel really good, to be honest. I don't know.
That's good. No, I love hearing that, because you said a couple minutes ago, you're like, oh, I don't know what happened in the Lovato fight. Like, maybe I was asleep. And, people obviously joke about you, Gegard, that, like, when you're doing your stare downs, a lot of your stuff, like, they can't tell if you're standing in line at the bank, right, or if you're about to fight somebody. So, but I know in the past you've told me, like, the second time you fought Jacare or something, you were like, yeah, I just showed up and I wasn't really in the mood, right? So what's that about?
No. Sometimes you just lose. I just underperform. But I think when I show up, and I think I've showed that many times. It's not like well, he cannot beat top level guys. So
Right.
when I show up, people are in trouble, and I'm gonna show up on 29.
Good. Well, that's the thing, and it's funny, as long as I've known you, I still go and I check, some of the stats, and I'm looking, and you've only lost 7 times and you've won like 42 or 43, something. So it looked like, and you had a couple draws. So I think this is like your 56th professional fight or something like that.
Yeah, I lost to some guys, but I also have wins over them.
Right.
So, from the 7-3, I have also wins over those guys. So
Right.
that shows that I can beat anybody. It's just having the right mindset. So
Right.
I feel like I'm capable of beating anybody.
Right. Well, you're right, because 2 of those were, like I just mentioned, Jacare, and the other one was Lyoto.
Machida, Uriah Hall. Yeah, I revenge all those.
Right, and Uriah Hall. That's right. That's right.
I got also wins from them. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So the last time we saw you, it was last September against Lyoto. And that was a split decision, but I know, I remember covering that fight the first time down in Brazil.
It wasn't
a
split decision.
Wait.
I felt I won clearly.
Right, right. So yeah, so you're frustrated that it was even a split decision win. You thought it was just completely yours.
Yeah, I think I won 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Well, 3 rounds.
Okay.
I did more.
Okay.
I landed more. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a win. Machida is a weird guy to fight. It's just the way he fights that you have to fight him that way. I rather had an action-packed fight, but
Yeah.
I chased him once. I ended up on the losing side. So
Right.
this time, I took my time and I did better.
Right, right, right. Well, yeah, and there was there was a sort of, he threatened you with a guillotine at one point, but that was never really that close.
That guillotine wasn't. No, he could have never finished me.
Okay.
It wasn't tight. It wasn't.
Right, right, gotcha. Well, obviously, when we talk about Lima, I would say that some people will say that you all have a lot of the advantages, obviously, for a lot of reasons, but also one of which is going to be size advantage, right? If he's coming up from welterweight and he's fighting you, you have been big enough to fight at light heavyweight before. We know what happened when you fought Rory, who came up. So, going into this, do you feel that same way that you should be commanding this whole fight?
Well, it could be a factor. I mean, but you have Kevin Gastelum, you have guys that are doing well as a welterweight.
Right.
Whitaker.
Yep.
They're doing well. They're even became champion or contenders. So
right.
Doesn't mean anything. The Douglas Lima had the whole year to gain, and he has a big welterweight. I sized him up. I hugged him one time, and he looked big. He looked big. So what's gonna be the difference in pounds? I'm not that big of a middleweight. I think maybe max 5 pounds.
Right.
I mean, that's not gonna make you a winner. If the fight is more technical, if it's a technical fight, weight, size advantage, strength doesn't have to be a factor. So it all depends how he fights. With the Rory stand-up, it was just I was technically better.
Yeah.
It just if I mount him, then he's in trouble because I'm the bigger guy.
Right.
So those things matter. The way the guy fights,
Right. Well, obviously, ground and pound is something that you've specialized in for a long time, and it's one of those things. People have their specialties, and people sort of they know what to expect, and they know it's coming. It doesn't necessarily mean they can stop it. Yeah. So, I mean, is that what we should be expecting in this fight as well?
But I think they know I'm gonna try to take him down.
Right.
I think that's not I have advantage there.
Right.
But I'm not gonna look for it. I'm not gonna go. I'm going to fight him stand up.
Right.
Whenever I react to it automatically, I will go for it. If he charges in like crazy, I will go for the takedown. But it's going to be mainly stand up. And whenever I take him down, I take him down. If it has to represent itself. I'm not going to look for it all the time. I'm sure they expect. I heard this coach saying they know I'm going to try to take him down. So
yeah.
I listened to their interviews.
Yeah, guess what? You're probably going to jab him too, right? So they should be ready.
Yeah, I think every time I'm going to jab, he's going to try to give a low kick.
Yeah.
And I think it's basic stuff. It's not rocket science. But I know he kicks hard, but I'm gonna block once or twice, and then there's no more kicking.
And then overkick. Well, I wanted to ask you about that too, because that's something that everybody is using these days, those low kicks. And we've seen it really change fights, and we've seen it come into practice so much more now. What's your take on that? I know you just said you just block a couple. Do you think you can walk through that kind of stuff?
Well, if you anticipate the kick and you can, then you can take those kicks.
Right.
You shouldn't take a lot of those, but I think I have the reach advantage. I have the distance. Yeah. I have better measurement. Who has ever given me low kicks in a fight? Yeah. So from all these fights, it's not gonna. Anything can happen. It's a fight, but it's not like something I haven't seen.
Right. And so, is part of your, you say you're all fired up to go there and smash. Is part of that just because it's been a while, or is part of it because it's a title fight? Like, what do you think it is right now that's making you feel more motivated, or is it just that your body feels good?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think I will look very good.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I'm just curious, do you get more excited because it is a title fight? I mean, I kind of feel like you should.
No.
No?
I just, I'm excited to the fight because what I've done in training.
Yeah.
I've never done that before, the way I was. Let's say I'm training with heavyweights a lot.
Nice.
And my friend is a 108 kilo big guy.
Yeah.
And normally I don't take him down at all.
Right.
Or very difficult. But things have changed. So
nice.
If I can do that to my friend who's a good judo player,
yeah,
I should be able to do that to Douglas Lima.
Nice. And so what have they told you in terms of your testing once you get there? Do you know the whole protocol yet of how many times you guys are testing and all that?
Well, I just did the test tomorrow, 2 days before we had to test. So we had test today. And then we're going to fly, and then it's going to be testing again, quarantine in your room.
Right.
And then fight night, another test.
Yeah.
But sometimes those tests, it gives false positive.
Right.
I heard that from another guy. So, still you need a little bit luck.
Yeah.
But so far, no one in my camp has tested positive. So
good.
We're good to go.
Good. Yeah. No. I'm expecting you guys should all be fine. As long as you're taking the precautions, which it totally sounds like you are. Yeah. So listen though. Obviously, that's the fight stuff. So, but with COVID, that means you've had to stay home a lot. We know you're a mama's boy and all that. We know you are.
I know.
What's life been like outside of it? Has she been just waiting on you hand and foot every day, while you're home in COVID?
No, I've been last 2 weeks. I'm more careful, especially with the testing. But in general, I'm more cautious because my dad is here, my mother is here.
Yeah.
I'm not that afraid of COVID for myself, but I'm living with 10 guys, 10 people.
Right.
Come in and out, and then I have my friends coming in and out. But it's a lot of people. But my mother, is the glue of the family. What can I say? Always good food, and every night play backgammon with her. And,
do you?
Yeah.
Who wins?
It's a luck game. So she wins sometimes, I win sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I love backgammon. It is a great game.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of luck.
Yes, it is. But we'll get a Twitch stream going one day. I'll challenge you to backgammon on Twitch.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
But yes, so are you still, buying up property and all this stuff? Because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. I forget who it was, but we were talking about fighters, sort of planning for the future and everything. And you were somebody that we were talking about, the fact that you have real estate, the fact that you're doing all these other things. So, is that something that you've been diversifying and doing more of in the meantime as well? Because obviously you couldn't go fight, so you had to go do something.
Well, real estate is really high now in Holland. It's, let's say a house is 200,000. People come and they give 250,000.
Right.
So it's not a good time. There's not a lot of people are selling. and all my friends bought a second house. They think it's a good investment. So my friend is a dentist, the other guy is a cab driver. They're all buying houses, so they're becoming competition. Not like, but I mean, that's why the prices are up so high. You know, everyone is trying to buy as much as houses. You know, the prices are ridiculous right now. But sometimes we bought just two big ones. Mousasi has to eat, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, you gotta eat and you gotta plan. You gotta plan for the future. I mean, you're still a young man. If you win your title back, you know, do you already have people in mind that would be coming up behind you? Because once you're the champ again, everybody's gonna be gunning for you.
Well, at this moment, I think John Salter is the next guy.
Yeah.
But first, I have to beat Douglas Lima. I'm not looking past him. But I just hope to fight soon as possible. You know, I mean, as long as they give me fights. You know, I've been sitting at home. Yeah, not doing much. You know.
Yeah.
I wanted to say some stuff, but it's for children are listening.
I was just gonna say. I mean, I'm sure you're sitting at home. If you're not having lady friends come over, then I would imagine what you were gonna say.
No, I was just kidding. But it's boring. It's boring.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, being active. I mean, that's the whole point. You know, that's the thing that COVID kind of screwed everybody. If I'm honest, that's why it was cool to be able to go to Fight Island and have a bunch of events. And like all the fighters are very excited about that, to be able to go to work. So I know Scott would love to keep you as busy as he possibly can because you're one of the biggest names that they have.
Yeah, you know, if they keep me busy, I'm happy. You know, I hope in the next 2 years, this year was a waste of time. I mean, I'm just still happy that I fought once. I wasted the whole year, actually. Yeah. So I hope to fight the next 2 years, at least 5 fights. That's possible. 2.5 fights a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
So, and then after that, we see. But
wait, 5 more fights? You're saying 5 more fights?
Yeah, in the next 2 years.
In the next 2 years. Okay, I thought you meant 5 fights a year. I was like, damn, Gegard, that's a lot.
Yeah. Listen, if they give it to me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because it's you know, when you're in shape, you go in and out if there's no injuries. I mean, but they have to promote it and all this other stuff. But for me, in Japan, it was 5 times a year. You know, it was easy. It's better that way. Because one year you're healthy, you can fight 5 times. Next year you're injured, you're out for 6 months.
Right.
Or you get a new contract and there's contract negotiation, you're out for 6 months. Right. I mean, so as long as I can do it, I want to keep busy.
Yeah, well, no, and that's exactly right. That's what a lot of people have been doing over there. They're like, hey, I fought, like your boy. Okay, so how well do you know Khamzat? You know him, right?
Who?
Khamzat Chimaev. Don't you know him from training with Gus and those guys? No?
Oh, no, I've never been to there. But I know him as a fighter. Yeah, he's become really famous now. So,
exactly.
I don't know him personally, no.
Okay, yeah, because that's his whole thing. He's like, look, I'll smash now and I'll smash somebody else in an hour and a half. Like, why not?
Yeah, because you're training every day. You're fighting every day. So what's the difference? Just go in the cage and do it. As long as there's no injuries. I mean, you can fight every month. But once you get to the, let's say, championship fights, and then you get the lesser fights, you know. But you know, for me, it's just a fight, you know.
Right. Well, so when you do look back, though, because like I said, I think this is, and maybe you even have more than this, but officially on your record, I think this adds up to be your 56th pro fight or something like that. So when you look at it now, and when you think about when you started as just a little baby, like, yeah, you said you're like, whatever, I didn't even used to train, or like, we just kind of like roll up in there and fight and stuff. Like, do you look back? What do you think? When you see your own self?
Because life passes by very quickly. I remember dreaming of getting my career there, and now I'm at the end. In a blink of an eye, 10, 15 years pass away. So when I was young, I was like wanting to win a title, and now I'm at the end of my career almost. You know, it's gone really fast. Yeah, sometimes I look at the interviews, you know. I got more character, I think.
You always had a lot of character. You just let it out more now.
I was a lot more boring back then when I watched it.
Well, some of them were just funny because, like, you could tell, like, that either you didn't care. Not that you didn't care. I don't know. You just weren't like impressed with much, I guess is what it was.
For me, it was just fighting, making my money. You know, you know, you get older, your character also changes a little bit, I think.
Right, right, right. But so in a way, then, does that mean you're actually kind of having more fun with it now, in a way?
Well, I appreciate it more.
Yeah.
You know, I still complain a lot. Yeah, but it's, you know, I haven't been doing anything this year, okay, because of COVID, but then this is all I can do. You know, I'm not going to be a security guy. You know, I did that when I was younger, but I'm not going to be a doctor anymore. I mean, like, after this, yeah, you know, so I enjoy it more. I appreciate it a little bit more. I'm more mature, I think. I see the good stuff. But still, training, is it fun? No. Cutting weight, is it fun? No. Fighting, is it fun? No. Doing training camp? No. Diet? No. Nothing is fun. I mean, which crazy person likes this? I mean, but the results are good, you know. I mean, once you do it, you win it. You want to do it all over again. But during it, you know, I want to do crazy stuff, you know.
Well, I think about like how much
dieting and sleeping on time. I mean, that's boring, you know. But yeah, the reward is that you have to suffer, then the reward is bigger. That's the way I see it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, when you think about how much of your life has been spent rolling around with other sweaty men.
Yeah. It's better. You know the problem with is even if you're really rich or whatever, if you don't have any goals, you don't have work, you're gonna get bored of having fun.
Right.
So you have to work, and then once you have fun, it's worth it. I mean, that's why all the young kids that have rich parents, they're all into drugs, and you know, they end up bad, you know, because they're bored, they don't have really a goal. So it's kind of good combination for me, fighting and then having fun combination. You know.
No, that's good. Well, yeah. Well, and also that's the thing is if you work hard and become the champion again, you should be able to enjoy the spoils of your hard work.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, but so if you win again though, and you are able to live it up, like, as you know, a lot of champs end up doing, you know, movies, or they get bigger endorsements or this or that. Like, what are the goals past being the champ again? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
Who wants to see me in a movie? Who wants to see me as a commentator? I don't even speak English that well. I mean, and who's gonna sponsor me? I mean, you know. Okay, well, Ape Man sponsored me this time, so
your
thank you,
T-shirt.
Ape Man.
Speaking of which, okay, let's talk about that T-shirt pose. You're like, here's my new sponsor, and you look so thrilled in it, which is hilariously like it's perfectly gay guard. But that to me is the most gay guard thing I'd seen in a while. Was that post? I'm very excited to announce my new sponsor.
Yeah, I have to make a picture, so yeah, I'm not professional picture. You know, my friend just took a picture before training.
But the thing about it is, that sponsor should actually love it, because that picture actually then ended up getting a lot of response and reaction to it. It actually worked perfectly.
Yeah. You know, they've sent me a bunch of stuff. I actually like their stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
They look good. They have nice logos. And looks good. Right.
And so, you know, that the other thing too about looking back at your career and all this, and so maybe you don't want to do movies and all this other stuff, but I think you like travel, right? I mean, like, that is one thing that
traveling. No, Karen, it's like you don't even know me after all these years, you know. I hate traveling.
I think you hate the process of traveling, but once you get somewhere, you're like, oh, this is cool.
I have a Japanese toilet here, Karen. I have my nice bed. Why would I want to go see some other places, you know? I have my food. I mean, I know the best restaurants. There's food. There's my family every day. If I go somewhere to see,
you look like you enjoyed Singapore. And those pictures of you from Singapore, way up there at the Marina Sands, you look like you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was nice, but because it was very active, I had to go here, go there, and then so that's enjoyed. And I was with friends, so that was nice. Yeah, it was also a very short one.
Right.
Maybe 5 days, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I usually don't enjoy holidays. Only skiing.
I get it.
Skiing with my friends.
I get it. Well, speaking of your friend, our mutual friend Nima, your manager, he's about to become a dad, which is insane, right? It's totally insane. Are you going to settle down at some point, Gegard? You know, what are you, once you're down and you're out to pasture and you're on your riding mower, like, are we going to have a bunch of little Gegards around or what's happening?
I like kids, but I have my niece, and wow, she's so handful.
Yeah.
So she has my brother's character. She's dominant. She's tough. You know, my mother takes care of her, and of course my brother's wife. But I don't know if I have the patience. I mean, 5 minutes playing with a kid, and then after that is give it back. You know, but it's tough. I don't know. I love kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe you have time.
Maybe. Yeah. No. Eventually, I will do it. Eventually, you know. I have to give someone, you know, pass it on this house, you know.
Right. Right. Well, I guess that's part of it is that it seems like family is important to you already, like the family that, you know what I mean? So.
Family is not first, the number one thing.
Yeah.
But my own, you know, I have my family all around me, you know. So I don't feel like I'm short on family, like I need to make more family members. Well, when it comes, it will come. I'm, you know, I practiced a lot, Karen.
Well, I was just going to say that's how it works when it comes. That's how it works, Gegard. That's how it works. But yeah, so listen, it's so great to have you fighting again. I don't know, like, so in lockdown, if you could recommend any shows for anybody, any movies, did you do anything like that to pass the time? What's on Gegard's hit list?
I watched the documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats." I like the
I thought that was stupid. I watched like 20 minutes and it looked dumb.
Yeah. Unabomber. I watch now Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Everybody Loves Raymond. I watch those sometimes.
Right.
Lingo. There's like sometimes, not that much.
Yeah. Hey. Did you see, there's a show called Ted Lasso, which is really good, about American coach who goes over to coach Premier League soccer, and it's pretty funny.
Drama?
No, it's a comedy.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I like it,
Yeah.
Comedy is good. I cannot watch any more of those action movies. One guy kills 100 people, or a woman kicking some guy's ass. I mean, no, Hollywood. They have to stop with that stuff, Karen.
What? So you're telling me Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron, where she's kicking all kinds of ass and playing a spy, or like my favorite show, Killing Eve, where you don't watch that?
No, but I don't even like Rambo. Have you seen the last Rambo? The guy goes on a hill, shoots 100 people, and they keep running up the hill. I mean, I understand Hollywood, but you know,
stupid.
Come to 2020, I would say. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, now all we do is everything should be about like killing the pandemic, right? Killing COVID and.
Yeah, they should make a movie about Donald Trump. I think I would go to see that.
What would it be? What kind of movie would it be?
No, like I had the idea if you put all the funny stuff of Donald Trump in like a movie and then air it, I would go watch it. Like all the crazy things that happening and said, like you just slice it and I say snip and plug. I don't know how to say it.
Yes.
But that would be something. I mean, that would, you know.
Yeah, no, it would. And in fact, you're reminding me because we actually
He's the golden goose, Karen. You know, he's the golden goose. Everyone that see him, they write a book.
Yes.
He's the golden goose. I think anything I watch because I watch every day the news in U.S.
Right.
It makes things interesting. I don't know if it's you know it's funny to watch. You know.
Yeah, it is interesting and it's funny. You reminded me because I remember I talked to you it was either election day or the day before it or something one time when I was in New York before he got elected and stuff. And I think you even said, you're like, oh, I think he's going to win. I'll have to go back and look at that interview.
I actually met him. I met Donald Trump.
And what'd you think?
I told you the story or no?
Try to remember if you did.
Well, it was in Trump Tower. I didn't know back then who he was. So it was with Affliction. And then later I met also, I think, Donald Trump Jr. and what's his daughter's name? Ivanka?
Yeah.
Yeah. I met, and then later his bodyguard came to me and said, come and ask Donald Trump for a picture. I think he's going to like that. So And I went there. I didn't even know who he was because in Holland he's not that famous, you know.
Right.
At least. And I asked for a picture. I lost that picture. I wanted to put it on my profile and make America great again as a joke, as a fun thing. But I looked for that picture. I could never find it. He said that he was sitting with some Chinese businessman, and it was nice. He was a nice guy, but he was exactly like he was on TV, you know.
Right, right. Well, no, I mean you really should try to find that picture because it's a piece of history at this point.
Yeah. I just have the group picture with Donald Trump, but I don't have that personal picture.
Right. Gotcha. Well, yeah, no, he that's interesting that they say he would like it if you came over and took a picture with him.
Yeah, because everyone around him, they tried to feed his ego. So
right.
I can totally see it right now, the way it was back then. Like everyone around him everyone says yes. So everyone is trying to please him. So back then, that's how I met him. It's a fun story to tell right now because he's the president. So
yeah, no, it is. It is a great story. It is great. Well, then I would recommend to you then if you're looking for one other thing to watch, you know that there is a new Borat movie coming out, right?
Yeah, Friday, right?
Yeah, I think so. You already know. Shoot, you're way ahead of me because I'm like, I only found out a little while ago, like a week and a half ago. I was like, oh crap, there's a new Borat movie. Like I can't wait.
Yeah, I think he was in character for 10 days with those guys of Flat Earth conspiracy theorists. So, right. So he remained 10 days in character just to interview them or something like that. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because for some reason the jiu-jitsu community loves conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like I don't even, like Eddie Bravo is a flat earther, right? And a lot of these guys, like I think he is. I might be misspeaking.
Bravo he believes in flat earth?
I think he does. I don't want to misspeak here. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know a lot of people in the jiu-jitsu.
Drug what he's using, Karen. What kind of drug is he using?
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask you because there's a ton of conspiracy theorists. For some reason, jiu-jitsu and conspiracy theories.
You have the QAnon right now, right? QAnon?
What?
QAnon?
QAnon, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy people, Karen. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, because nowadays with the internet, people can spread their conspiracy theories much. I met now people that don't believe in coronavirus. Can you believe that? So it's still like, yeah. And then some people believe that is corona is to they did it because they don't want President Trump to become president. And
right.
Some say it's because pharmaceuticals, they want to make money. I'm like, right. The whole world is suffering, so just a pharmaceutical company can make money. But you have people that think like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand the one about where, that it's fake just for somebody to make money. Because I don't, like you said, I don't think the whole entire world got together to create a fake thing.
That's the point. Everyone is suffering. I mean,
right. It sucks. But the good thing is, Gegard, we have entertainment like you punching people in the face.
Dynamite.
So listen, do you have a prediction for your fight then? I mean, it is, Lima's good. It's not that he's not good. This is a champion and everything. So what do you expect?
It's disrespectful to say I'm going to finish him because I like him a lot. But I feel like I can finish him in 2 rounds.
Nice.
Sorry, Douglas. But, I mean, I'm very confident. And I think I think I could be able to finish him in 2 rounds. But don't underestimate him at all, to be honest.
Right.
But, I think maybe he thinks a little bit lightly of coming up the weight class.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm certainly not underestimating it.
Right.
I'm not going to rush in like a bull against Uriah Hall. Nothing crazy.
Yep.
Thinking I'm going to bulldozer over him.
Right.
So, but I feel like I have the advantage overall. I mean, the only way he can win is knock me out. Yep. And that's certain thing that can happen. He has certainly he knocked a lot of people out. But I faced a lot of dangerous strikers,
Yeah.
So I should be able to deal with it.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the thing about it is even after all these years, your chin has been tested. I don't know who you would ever say is the one that hit you the hardest, but I mean, you're knock wood, your chin is held up.
Yeah. Just Uriah Hall, he kicked me in but Still, I wasn't knocked out really, but it was just a kick. It kicked like a mule. I mean, everyone would have gone down.
Totally. Well, a couple days after your fight, actually, Uriah is fighting Anderson in Anderson's retirement fight. Like, it's weird. It's weird because some of the people that were champions and all these things in your prime, they're finishing up now, and you have Uriah against Anderson. I'm not sure how you think that one's going to go, but I guess if Uriah kicks him like a mule, then I guess we know how it'll go.
Yeah, but Anderson, he's a little bit older, but he's technical. So it's when you're technical, you can go longer in your career. So if it's gonna be mainly stand up. I root more for Uriah Hall, of course, because I know him. He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
I like Anderson also, but I don't know him personally that well. I met him once. He's nice. So but I fought Uriah Hall twice, so I know him a little bit. I'll be rooting for that guy.
Nice. Yeah, no, he's a very good guy. He's a really good guy. They both are. So I'm working that one, and so it'll be one of those things. It's a little emotional, like to watch people retire when it's their last one, and there's a real big part of me, like it's happened for a lot of fighters with Little Nog and a few people like that retired either over on the island and stuff. Like it kind of sucks to not have an audience, and I hate that that Anderson has to go out without a big crowd. Like that kind of bums me out, but. COVID.
I think he has a great career. So maybe this is something also special to fight in a pandemic.
That's true. Well, cool. Well, listen. So your fight is going to be on CBS Sports on CBS Sports Network. So which is actually pretty great for you guys. I mean, no disrespect to DAZN or whatever, but it definitely seems like working on CBS Sports Network is like a much better thing for Bellator.
Yeah, I think they worked before. It's the Scott Kogovich Strikeforce Showtime. So I know Showtime from boxing, so it's a more household name.
Yep.
So I'm excited. For me, I'm not. I hope the numbers do well. That's the goal eventually. So I just hope to perform and put on a good show.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure that you will. It's a title fight for the vacant title. Looking forward to watching you go for it and trying to get your belt back. So that'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome.
100%. Ready.
Nice. Well, listen, Gegard, give my best to your brother and the family and everything. Yeah. Always great catching up with you. And I'm sorry, and it sucks that we can't be there in person to watch you fight, but we'll definitely be watching.
Cheesecake Factory soon, Karen.
Yes,
no
yes.
Yes.
Cool. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.